My name is David Berggren. I'm the Senior Regional Director for California with FIRST, and we are here today with Team 6305 Stable Circuits from Clovis, California, to learn about an awesome project that they have created, and we're going to learn a little more about that. And really our hope today and with these interviews is that we're sharing the story of FIRST, that really FIRST is more than robots, and the things that we can do and how we give back to the community and how we can impact the areas that we live. You know, there's so many great stories. So you guys are our first here today, so we're super excited to have you on. If you could go ahead and introduce yourselves and maybe a name and how many years you've been on the team, maybe what you do on the team, that would be awesome.
Well, I'll start off. I'm Daniel Wen. I've been on a team for about three years now, and I'm our outreach coordinator.
Awesome.
My name is Paige Freeberg. This is my second year with the team, and I'm one of the team captains.
Great.
My name is Mas Akbar. This is my third year on the team, and I am the director of design.
Great. Awesome. So yes, we learned about a very cool project you guys did, and we were like, gosh, it would be so awesome to have this opportunity to chat with you about it. So we thought we'd maybe just kick it off. Tell us maybe a little bit about who you met, Ty, and the needs. You know, how did this project come about? We'd love to kind of hear where did it start?
Okay. Well, one of our elementary schools in Clovis Unified School District, or as elementary, their principal, I believe, contacted our advisor, Mrs. Mary Allen, and asked if we had a 3D printer. And she responded, we do. And she wanted to know if we had the ability to create and design a prosthetic device for a 5th grade boy. So he is missing his right hand. So he has the functionality of his wrist, but from there, he has nothing. He was born that way, and this is Ty, and his dream is to play the bass in his school orchestra. So that's kind of how this fell into our lap, and we decided to go for it because we love doing that as a team, and we thought it was a great opportunity, one for experience, but also we love doing things that help out in our community.
Yeah, and certainly, you know, FIRST is, you know, hopefully inspiring the next generation of engineering and technologists, and certainly creating while you're involved in it. So that's what, you know, engineers do. They solve problems, right? And when you can make an impact. So that's awesome. So what was the process that you guys went through then? So I assume you met with Ty, and how did you guys go about getting to a finished product?
So after meeting with Ty, we took pictures, we met with him, asked him questions, and saw everything that he would need going into this device. And then from there, we kind of got everyone in our group together that was going to work on this team, on the project. We started throwing ideas out there and thinking of all the different ways that we could create the device. And we had a lot of different iterations, a lot of different ideas. And we spent time researching what had been done in the past, if there's any problem that had been solved like this before. And so we took from different ideas that we found online, different things from the past, and also different ideas that all the students in the group came up with. And then we started making prototypes and drawings, and then from there, designing it in 3D modeling software. And then finally, we printed out multiple prototypes just to test them physically and see how they would hold up.
Awesome. And how long did the whole project take, would you say?
From start to finish, it was around 4 weeks.
Around 4 weeks. Very cool. Any challenges, obstacles you guys didn't think about going through, or the things you had to kind of overcome, or?
Well, yeah, there were plenty of challenges we found working through this. But one of the first things that comes to my mind is trying to properly replicate how a bass player actually plays when he uses bow. Because so one of the things we were trying to figure out was how to properly replicate plucking, which is when he actually, if you were to have a hand, use his fingers to pluck on a string to make a sound. However, so we came up with an idea of just having like a little,
Like a hook.
like a hook.
Mm-hmm.
We had a hook that attached to the bottom of the prosthetic, and we were then wondering, okay, we have this hook so he can pluck now, but how do we properly make it sound like actual plucking? Because the plastic and metal didn't really mesh well.
Right.
So we came across medical foam.
Yes.
Yeah, so we had medical foam, and we figured, okay, we could wrap up this hook, and it actually produces a sound that's really similar to the human finger.
Interesting. Right. And I didn't even think about that, right? Like going into this project, thinking about a bow and, but really analyzing what all needs to be done in that process, right? So, and overcoming those challenges. Well, that's awesome. So coming from a first perspective, I think we all believe in the program and what it does for students, but it would be great if you guys talk a little bit about, and maybe each of you share out, but how do you think your time, experience within FIRST helped you with this project?
So I think the biggest thing that we learned just from being involved with FIRST was when we're coming across this challenge, how do we just figure out the best way to get from the problem to the solution and make the best idea possible by involving a lot of people, collaborating, and really just exploring a lot of different ideas and try to improve those ideas over time to different iterations, just like you would with the robot throughout the season. And whenever you come across a challenge or a problem like the pluck, then you would have to redesign, go back to the drawing board and figure out a better solution. And so having that experience from going through so many seasons, build seasons in FRC, just kind of taught us how to go through that whole design process and the iteration of improving until we get that final prototype.
Right. Anybody else have anything to add?
Sure. So as you know, with FIRST, one of the big things is cooperation. And our team, we try and get everyone to cooperation is the number one thing. And so that principle combined with some of the other ones like the computer-aided design components, prototyping components, those all come together and they were able to help this project just kind of go a little faster. We were all able to cooperate, having that background of all working together in the past with all the different seasons on many different topics. So it just kind of helped the flow go a little smoother and better.
Right. Awesome. Daniel, anything?
No, not really. Just as Paige said, being able to work as a team and like having already worked together a lot, being able to fall into our natural roles when we work together really helped speed up the process a lot.
Right. And how big is your overall team? How big are the stable circuits? How many students?
So as of right now, we have roughly 70 members on the team. we have a very big team.
Yeah.
So last year we actually had 109 members on our team.
Oh my goodness.
Very big numbers, but.
And you're all from one school?
Yes.
Wow. And what school are you from again?
Clovis North High School.
Awesome. And it must be a big school, I'm guessing, or you guys are a really popular activity.
We have about 2,800 kids in the high school itself.
Wow. That's awesome. So what did you guys get from this project? Like, let me back up. So you guys developed this project. So I assume you talked about prototyping, and then did you meet with Ty somewhat regularly to test things and work on reiterations? How did that work?
To be honest, we only had a couple chances to meet with Ty himself.
Okay.
So when we did, we made sure we got the measurements we needed. We asked him, and we asked him how what he preferred with his prosthetic, like what does it fit right, is it comfortable, what color do you want it to be, stuff like that.
Right.
And
all important things.
Yeah, so we mainly just wanted to make sure that it was perfect for him in his eyes. It needed to fit perfectly because the wrist is smaller than the arm is at the elbow, so we needed to make sure those sizes weren't the same because they're not necessarily always the same. And we wanted to make sure that with that medical foam lining, it wasn't too hot, it wasn't uncomfortable or itchy, or just simple things that make his life wearing it simpler and better.
So did you all deliver the product to him, and did he actually put it on and was able to play with you while you were there? Or?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
What happened? The 10 kids came.
Yeah, so our entire team, we went to the elementary school while they were in orchestra class.
Okay.
And we were able to present the prosthetic to him personally. And we were able to see him put it on and actually play for the first time. And it was honestly, so it was just something that was really cool to experience. Personally, as myself, I'm also like a orchestral musician, and be able to see someone who was previously unable to play an instrument who really wanted to get that chance to do so was awesome.
Yeah, I got to imagine that's a pretty powerful experience, right? To give somebody a freedom or ability to do something that they have not been able to do their whole life, right? So, anyone else have anything to add about kind of how did that make you feel?
I think I can speak on behalf of our entire team of 10 that did it. Is we were all moved, and it was such a heartwarming experience just to go in and just see him walk in, and he's on the verge of tears because he's so happy, and he's putting on the prosthetic with the Velcro, and it's our design. We made that happen for him, and so that was just, it made everyone really happy that day.
So cool. Yeah, I mean, really neat project you guys took on here, and to help somebody, you know, it's just to me, it's the epitome of what engineering can be, and hugely impactful for people. But when you can really give that freedom for somebody to do something that they haven't had, that's just, you know, I can only imagine that was a very moving experience there. How do you think has this project helped you guys grow, think about things differently, change what you want to do in your future, or just reaffirmed what you were already thinking?
I think it has most definitely helped us grow for sure, both as a team with the cohesiveness of our unit and also as individuals. It's just, like I was saying before, it shows you can have the ability to make some changes, and you can see it firsthand how you're making an impact in the community based on what you've done through the foundations of STEM, and just spreading that knowledge and that love throughout the entire community around you.
Yeah. Awesome. So I have to ask, because we're trying to inspire the next generation of STEM leaders, and with FIRST, what are you guys' thoughts? I can't remember, what grades are you all in?
We are all seniors.
Seniors. Awesome. So you're right in the crux of college applications, and so have you guys thought about what I assume you obviously have, but what are you thinking about studying in college?
Okay, I guess I'll start. I'm looking into engineering, of course. I'm considering either electrical or aerospace engineering. I'm also looking a lot into computer science.
Awesome. And I should preface this with the assumption is not that everyone goes to college, so I don't want to put any pressure if you're choosing a career tech path, a vocational path, joining the armed service. Those are all viable options, but just curious what your plans are after college, after high school.
I will be majoring in biology and minoring or possibly double majoring in computer science. My plan is to be an interventional radiologist once I graduate high school and med school. So that's my path.
Yeah, affecting more lives for sure there.
I hope to major in hopefully a combination of electrical engineering and computer science, along with mechanical engineering, and just overall like all the stuff that goes into robotics and, you know, inventing new products and things like that.
That's super cool. Well, you certainly give us hope for the future. The three of you, your team, you know, this is really such a moving project, and it's really what I think we often don't see behind the scenes of FIRST, the great work that your team does and others, in affecting their communities. And just want to see if there's anything else you want to share, anything I didn't ask you about, or
I think we hit it all.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you guys for your time. Again, I'm here with Team 6305, Stable Circuits from Clovis, California. Thank you, Daniel, Paige, Moaz, for your time today, for your work on this project, and we look forward to sharing it out with our community.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, take care. Keep up the great work.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Bye.